Hey everyone, and welcome back to my success tip blog of going from being unemployed, overweight, and broke to a place of financial stability, good income, and being in decent physical shape. Let's just say that. A start is better than what I've been at and what you've probably been at too, or you probably wouldn't be watching this. But for those of you who are just tuning in for the first time, if you want to go back and look at day one, I explained that I was let go from my job on December 20th of 2012, and then I'm documenting a video blog each day for everything that I'm going through to get back to where I want to be by December 22nd of 2013. And the purpose isn't to just record myself and to have a little, a record of my journey, but it's to help everybody out there that might be going through the same situation that I am. And this blog provides daily tips that I think are useful, that I found useful to myself, and hopefully you'll find useful as well. Today on day 21, what I want to talk about is I want to talk about networking and about how networking can help you in the process of finding another job or finding a good revenue income stream, a good source of revenue for you as you go through this. One of the mistakes I made, I was let go, as I shared with you, on December 20th of 2012 from my job of almost 10 years. And one of the mistakes I made was I got really depressed shortly thereafter, right there, because it was 5 days before Christmas and 8 days before my annual bonus, which I didn't get. And sad for me, right? Well, it is what it is. Life happens, it goes on. But I got very depressed, and instead of doing what I should have done, which was reaching out to my friends, reaching out to my network, my sphere of influence, my circle, I withdrew, and I just didn't want to talk to anybody. I didn't want to go out. I didn't want to be seen anywhere. I just didn't want to do anything with anybody. And it wasn't like I had empty donut containers and pizza boxes all over the house. I mean, or the living room floor and the couch like you see in some movies. It wasn't like that. I mean, my wife and I are very organized, and I just didn't do anything. I just would rather sit in my chair, my recliner, and mope about it than do what I should have done, which was frustrating because I alienated a lot of my friends and circle of influence. So what I want to recommend is, if you're finding yourself in that position right now, don't cut off your friends. I know it feels rough because everybody's got advice to give to you to find a job and to get through the situation, and you might feel like you just want to be left alone, but don't cut them off. What you need to do in this situation is you need to really network stronger with your circle of friends. You need to post more on Facebook. You need to call more people that maybe you didn't have the time to reach out to before because you were working and you were so busy with work and life. And now you have these hours during the day where, in addition to searching for a job, you can also use to reach out to friends. Now, the way I want to encourage you to do that is don't do what most people do. And we've all seen this, where somebody loses their job or has a bad life situation happen, and they use Facebook basically as their psychiatrist chair to sit and complain about all the things that are wrong in their life and everything, and how it's so awful and how nobody understands because nobody goes through anything that they go through. And you might think, okay, that's what Facebook is for. It's not. Don't do that. Don't be that person. And on the flip side, don't be the person that calls everyone or networks or Facebooks and uses Twitter to tweet things about, does anybody have a job out there? Anybody know anybody that's hiring? Anybody have any friends or anybody else that you know that is looking for somebody in XYZ field and this and that? Because all of a sudden your friends are going to feel like they're being pimped out, and that's not good either. What you want to do, though, is you want to let your friends know that you lost your job, that you're working to find another job and you're going to figure this all out, that you appreciate their support and their encouragement in this process, and if anybody knows of anything out there, to let you know. And that's it. You just announce it once, very matter-of-factly, and just let it be at that. Your friends will know that you lost your job. Your family's going to know. Word's going to get around. Don't be embarrassed about it. And then what you want to do is, when you network through Facebook and use Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and the various social media sites that you use, is you want to provide value every day. Now that you have time on your hands and your friends are working, in addition to looking for a job, why not look up some stuff that might be relevant or interesting? Read, go to different blogs, from Huffington Post to Reddit. Reddit's got great positive news stories, and look for different things that might be pertainable to your friends and sphere of influence, and start posting that. When your friends and family members and your contacts through Twitter and Facebook know that you've lost your job, and all of a sudden they're seeing just some amazing posts coming from you about really interesting articles, useful information, it is going to open them up to want to follow you and want to read your Facebook post daily to see what's going on, because you're providing value. You're not just complaining about losing your job. And then on top of that, what will happen is they will always have you in the front of their mind. They will be thinking about you because they're seeing these tweets that you're posting and your Instagram messages and Facebook status updates that are providing great links to articles, great links to TV shows, movies, food, recipes, whatever it is that you're into, and you're just anything that can be of value to people will bring them in and will keep them talking about you. And what happens when people talk about you? People are going to remember you. And when somebody says, oh yeah, we've got a job opening in blah, blah, blah department, they're going to think, oh my gosh, I know this friend of a friend who I've been following on Twitter or following on Facebook who's got great advice, great information. They seem very creative and with it. Maybe we should talk to them. I can talk to them and have them apply. It'll just open up your network a lot wider for opportunities, to find more jobs and things like that. All right. There's a book again that I want to recommend, and that's Never Eat Alone by Keith Ferrazzi. And in this book, Never Eat Alone. By the way, I got to tell you a funny story. I actually was sitting once. I was traveling on business, and on business, when you're out doing things for work, you eat alone a lot because you don't know anybody. If you're by yourself meeting with clients, and at the end of the day, you go back to your hotel room and go eat in the hotel lobby or hotel restaurant, you don't know anybody, so you're eating alone. And I was actually sitting eating alone, reading this book, and got more grief from the server because of this book I was reading. And it was actually pretty funny, one of my more memorable experiences of somebody giving me a hard time. But this book, Never Eat Alone, he talks a lot about networking, a lot about connecting, and how to use your connections and network to better your situation, whatever it might be. So I want to encourage you to check into that book. So that's day 21, network. Use your sphere of influence. Don't, tell them you're using them, of course, but, it's there. I mean, your friends are there to help, and if they can't help directly, they might be able to help indirectly. And the way they help is by you providing useful links, articles, information, stories, videos, news feeds, whatever you can do through your social media connections and social media sites so that they talk about you, they forward to other people, people keep you in mind, and when a job opens, they'll be thinking about you and hopefully reach out to you and let you know that they thought of you and they heard about this position. So with that, have a great day and check back for day 22 tomorrow.